really with great joy and anticipation that I welcome the Honourable Dr. Dava Newman as our keynote commencement speaker. We are truly honoured to have Dr. Newman here today to share her extraordinary insights and wisdom with our graduates and our entire LCAD community. As you'll see in the commencement brochure, we are in the presence of someone who embodies innovation, excellence, and an unwavering ethical commitment to the future of our planet. Dr. Newman is a world-renowned aerospace engineer, scientist, and global thought leader whose groundbreaking work at NASA as the Deputy Administrator and MIT continues to shape the course of space exploration, climate innovation, and human progress. I invited Dr. Newman to speak today because she is quite simply the embodiment of a modern-day Renaissance polymath. Her brilliance spans art, science, engineering, math, literature, and design. What makes her especially inspiring to all of us at LCAD is her intentional connection of all of these fields, her belief that the future is built at the intersection of disciplines. Through her life's work, she has shown us that the most powerful innovations emerge when science and creativity come together. Dr. Newman is a pioneer in the space sciences, but what sets her apart is her early and passionate embrace of the arts as an integral part of discovery. She has long been a champion of STEAM, adding art to the traditional STEM foundations, science, technology, engineering, math. And at a pivotal moment in her leadership at MIT, she coined the term STEAMed, and she added the D at the end, placing design as a vital pillar of learning and innovation. As director of the MIT Media Lab, she is shaping the future of education and interdisciplinary collaboration. As a leader, she partners with scientists, artists, designers, engineers, and visionaries from across the globe to tackle humanity's greatest challenges, from climate resilience to life beyond Earth. Dr. Newman represents so much of what we aspire to be at LCAD: creative, courageous, and deeply committed to making a positive impact through design and innovation. Thank you, Dava, for taking precious time out of your intensive schedule to share your inspirational thoughts with us today. Your presence here today is a gift that we will treasure for many years to come.
Good afternoon, everyone. You were never meant to color inside the lines. Not you, not this class, not this college. You were born to build new worlds, to blur the boundaries, to ask impossible questions and answer them with shape, with shadow, with sound, with story, and soul. And today, you don't just graduate, you launch. At this moment is really electric because it's not just about what you've done, it's about what comes next. I'm not here to give you advice, but I am here to give you a challenge, if you so accept. Don't just make things that matter. Don't just dream big. Dream in systems. Dream in stardust. Don't just master a skill. Master the art of learning itself. The future belongs to those who adapt, imagine, and reinvent. Don't just innovate. Imaginatively expand the possible. Because today, you're not merely receiving your diploma, you're receiving a torch. A torch passed from every rebel maker, boundary breaker, painter, coder, sculptor, animator, designer, digital dreamer, who refused to accept the world as it is and dared to design what it could be, what it should be. And your task, your joy, is to carry it forward. Let me begin with a story, not from a lab or a launch pad, but from the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Guy, my life partner, and I were sailing around the world, circumnavigating, when we lost our hydraulic fluid system. It was at 1 a.m. on my shift, always on my shift, 2,500 nautical miles from the Galapagos Islands. No quick fix, no spare parts, no help on the horizon at all. But we did have 4 liters of extra virgin olive oil. What? Yeah, that's what we used to restore our hydraulic steering, EVU, and Tygon tubing, about 6 meters of it, to sail for another 1,000 nautical miles till we hit the next rock. That was Hukuniva in Polynesia. Do you know that EVU and hydraulic fluid have the exact same viscosity? No, neither do we, until we did the mixing experiment. Not because it was in the manual, not because that was obvious, but because we trusted imagination and we got very creative. We designed a solution with what we had. In that moment, what mattered most, it wasn't memorized knowledge, it was about mindset, a willingness to do the experiment, to trust your intuition, to create, make a path where none even seemed visible before. That's what great design is, not just solving problems, but doing so with creativity, intuition, and elegance. That moment taught me something I carry with me always. Great design isn't about having every answer. It's about seeing what no one else sees and shaping a future that no one else can, only you. That's what you've trained for. At MIT Media Lab, we live by a guiding principle that I think belongs to all of you too. Imagine what we can become. Just imagine. It's not a slogan, it's a summons to dream boldly, to design responsibly, and to lead creatively. And to redesign mindsets and systems, not just objects, but in ways that shape a flourishing future for all. Let me show you how your kind of imagination is already changing lives. In women's health, researchers have developed wearable ultrasound patches. One that fits inside the bra allows for comfortable, frequent breast cancer pre-screening, saving lives. What made it revolutionary? Not just the tech, but the human-centered design. Seamless, empathetic, it's beautiful. That's you. In space exploration, our team isn't just building tools, we're building meaning, designing zero-gravity sculpture, multi-sensory experiences, and art that orbits Earth. Why? It's not just about taking our oxygen or taking our algorithms with us. It's about taking humanity. It's about taking our stories. In climate and energy, we're creating an ocean internet of things. No batteries needed to track environmental change. But without storytelling, without design, that data is just noise. You turn it into movement, you turn it into momentum, and you help others see what previously has been unseen. These aren't just projects. These are proof that the world needs what you've learned. That a beautiful solution is often the most sustainable one. That form amplifies function. And that art and design, they're not decorative, they're not decorations, they are the direction. There's a sacred principle in design you've probably heard: form follows function. Now in physics, there's a law. It's called the principle of least action, or Hamilton's principle. It started an entire new field of Hamiltonian mechanics. Simply, it states that nature, from falling apples to orbiting planets, nature always finds the most elegant, efficient path. 2 fields, 2 languages. Elegance is not an ornament, it's a principle. Beauty emerges when purpose is honored. And your role is to make purpose visible with empathy, with imagination, and with soul. You, LCAD graduates, you're not trained just to make things work, but you are trained to make them matter in this world. As we face a future shaped by AI, uncertainty, climate change, space exploration, we don't just need problem solvers or rocket scientists. What we need is the creatives to turn impossible into I am possible. Designers who think like biologists, artists who build like engineers, visionaries who dare to ask, what does a life worth living look like, feel like? What's it move like? That's the power of life-centered design. Learning from an estimated 4.5 billion years of Earth's evolutionary wisdom to shape what's next with clarity, with compassion, and courage. And the most resilient artists aren't just relevant for today. They're envisioning and shining that light on a future flexible enough to hold ideas that we haven't even yet dreamed of. I live by a 4-word motto. Let me offer it to you as a compass. Love, act, discover, and innovate, or lady. Love what and who makes you feel the most alive. Act with urgency and purpose. Discover through doing and making. And innovate for beauty, for justice, for humanity of all living beings. So here's my invitation and my challenge. Whether you're designing a lunar fashion, virtual museum, a biodegradable sculpture that feeds bees, whether you're illustrating the next bold story, painting the next masterpiece, or creating the next video game world where people will immerse themselves, don't limit yourself. You're the artists and the designers, and you're also creators and leaders of possibility. Your work will shape how we live, how we feel, how we love, and how we all belong. Not just on this planet, but someday maybe beyond it. Also, as you step beyond these walls, diploma in hand and torch in your heart, remember, you don't need permission to reimagine the world. You just need courage to light the way. And the audacity to imagine what we can become. You are the makers of meaning, the architects of awe, the artists of the unknown. And now, go design a future so beautiful that history itself has to stop to take a breath. Congratulations, class of 2025. Thank you.